So the match finishes Leeds 3, Forest 1, and it could have and should have been a lot more than that. Welcome to the player ratings. I'm just absolutely done. I really am. I got quite a few things I need to say. I'm not angry. I'm just at the stage now of pure frustration and numbness, man. Lincoln Park settings, man. Guys, please do make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed. Make sure you check out OK Jerseys. You can get your shirts for 15 quid. If you use code FFTV, you get 8% off on top of that. Scan the QR code or click on the link. Now, let's start with the simplicity of this. The game was lost before a ball was kicked. The game was lost at 6:45 when the team news was announced. Dyche completely and utterly messed that setup up. He should have played Nets at left back. I don't know why he didn't. Zach Abbott shouldn't be starting at Elland Road. And Morato, I mean, put the boot man on instead. Like, for real, put the boot man on. It's just absolutely stupidity the way he set it up. Hudson-Odoi should not have started. Hudson-Odoi is rubbish again today, yet again. But everyone told me against Wrexham he cooked. Well, maybe that's his level. Who knows? And Sangare was terrible. Anderson was terrible. Anderson's corners were shocking, to say the very least. Ortega looked like an absolute clown. Milenkovic was rubbish. Einar was rubbish. I can't think of a player who was good. I'm legit being serious from that starting 11. Dominguez and Abbott got cooked down our right-hand side. Leeds targeted it because Farka has some sense of tactical acumen. But yeah, let's just, like, it's all Dyche's fault. It's completely and utterly Dyche's fault. I will not hear anyone saying it's on the players because the tactics were all wrong. Forest couldn't string more than 2 passes together without kicking the ball long. Their third goal came from Anderson clearing it from near our own corner flag and finding their player in the middle of our half. That tells you everything. That tells you absolutely everything. But the lineup was horrific. I didn't fancy a result in this game. I said my head was saying a loss. Heart was like, let's come back a draw. Absolute crap show. Absolute crap show. And you know what? We did well, so to speak, to come out with a 3-1 loss. I will say a couple more things on it, and then we'll get into the player ratings. Dyche is an absolute dickhead for not playing Hutchinson over the last few weeks. I wish someone could explain to me. I wish these journalists that sit there in the press conference and Dyche sits there and says, you know me, I'm always good with the journal. Someone ask him, what's Hutchinson done so wrong over the last few weeks that he doesn't play? A guy who is actually competent at dribbling and crossing a ball in. Why hasn't he played? McAtee doesn't even get on the pitch today. You're 3-0 down and you turn to Ryan Yates. Make that make sense. And then I'd say Luca did all right. Luca's goal was very good. Very good. Hutchinson, because of Hutchinson's cross. That's it. What else is there to talk about? I am not glazing anything about that performance tonight. Nets looked good when he came on. But let's be real. They were done and dusted at halftime. And the biggest criminal act of them all is that at halftime, he sends them out the same 11 that started. Guess what happens? They go and score. The camera pans to that idiot on the touchline, and he's looking so shocked as if, how has that happened? Did you not see that first half performance with the 11 I picked? And they've gone out on there and conceded straight away. How has that happened? Well, you idiot, use some subs. I can't stand him. Let's get into the player ratings, man. Oh God. There's 1,000 of you in here. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed as well. If he had played Luca from the beginning with the crosses in the first half, we'd have been 2-3 up. But he didn't, bro. Dean, he didn't, did he? That's the thing. He's using the wrong tactics The right tactics with the wrong players, and the wrong tactics with the wrong players. He's just. I would love nothing more than for him to be sacked tonight. He is an absolute clown. I just can't watch this football, man. I can't. Anyway, by the way, can the mods please not time people out just for putting an opinion in? Anyway, it's embarrassing if you don't think this team is lazy. Okay, I'll answer me this. Why do you think this team is lazy? Because they can get away with it with this idiot. Because their direction is just kick the ball long. Any idiot who is even an idiot who's never played football before can punt a ball. Actually, I say that some of the kids I've seen slice everything. But anyway, let's get into the player ratings. Ortega, absolute crap. I'll give him a 0. I thought he was shocking. There was another instant in the second half where he couldn't even catch the ball. It slipped out of his fingers. He shouldn't have conceded to his near post for the first goal. For the second goal, any half competent keeper parries it behind for a corner, not back into play. He was absolutely rubbish. Didn't even play it out from the back. That's Dyche's fault, under instruction to kick it long. He was absolutely rubbish today. You guys, wow, 3.3. All right, I don't know where you got that from. Anyway, let's move on into the defense. Ola Aina, terrible. He looked lazy for me today. He looked better when he went back to right back, but I've seen Ola Aina ball out at left back. I've seen him ball out at left back. I thought he was crap today. His shooting was horrific. Excuse me. Let's remember we played like this before Dyche, guys. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. The football under Ange was 60% of the time attractive. Honestly, Aina, I've given him the match fitness excuse. I thought he had a good second half against Crystal Palace last weekend. Outside of that, I haven't seen the Aina before his injury. And on top of that, Aina, before he got injured at the start of the season, wasn't looking that good. I would drop him for Wolves. I'd put Nico Williams back at right back and then Nets at left back. That's what I would do. That's like he needs a rest, dropping, whatever you want to call it. I thought he was crap today. He gets a 0 as well from me. You guys gave him a 3.5. Actually, I'll give him a 1 because he looked better when he went to the right side. Ortega not great, but he was exposed by our defense. Yeah, of course he was. Well, I mean, we're coming on to the centre backs in just a second. Sells out for the rest of the season. I really don't care. I'm at the I don't care stage. Let's move on to Morato. You could, where is that donkey? You can blame him for probably 2 of the goals, but he's not alone in the blame. He's just crap. He is. I'm sorry, he is. He's just crap. I'm sorry I can't give you a more technical breakdown of it about what he did and what he should have done and all that. I just don't have the energy to do it. He's just crap. It's as simple as that. Pear, big up with the 59. He says, we can't blame the players. This was on the tactics, facts, and the wrong players were picked, facts. Leeds was not playing good. I mean, yeah, Leeds, I thought Leeds were all right. I didn't think they had to really break a sweat to earn the 3 points. Anyway, he definitely gets a 0 from me. You guys give him a 2.3. How are you not getting 2.3s and 3s with some of these players, man? 0 ruins my match. What? 0 ruins my match the minute I see him on the team sheet. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you gave him a 0. Sorry, I hear you. I hear you. Let's move on to Milenkovic. Milenkovic was utter crap today. I almost feel like Milenkovic and Murillo just have to play together for them both to be good. Oh, Carol, please don't remind me of the 17 million we turned down for Morato. Milenkovic was utter crap today. He was. Maybe he doesn't like the rain. Maybe he doesn't like the rain. I don't know what it is. You know what it is? Yeah, it makes sense now. He's meant to be the Serbinator made of metal and all that shit. When it rains, he just rusted up. He just rusted up. He looked slow. He was making wrong decisions. That ball over the top, he had no clue it was coming. Even when the ball went over the top through to Bogey, he couldn't be bothered to track it back. He's like, all right, that ball's done me. All right, cool. If it goes in, it goes in. If it doesn't, whatever. I thought they were all crap. They were all crap. Zero. You guys giving him a 3.6. 3.6. You guys are quite generous tonight with your scores, I have to say. Zach Abbott. I'm not doing the whole he's a kid academy stuff, right? What I'm gonna say now on Zach Abbott, you can blame Dyche for. He's not ready for the Premier League. I don't think that's harsh to say. I will say I like his endeavor that he wants to get forward, but defensively he was woeful. They targeted him. And then Dyche, the idiot, only took him off because he cramped off. That's why. Not because he saw him having a poor game. I know he's a kid. I know apparently you're not meant to call kids out for having a bad game, but I'm doing it. He had a stinker today. He should have been hooked. But it's Dyche's fault for putting him there. There was no reason to start him. Like, if you're going to start a kid, you got to do it at home where the home crowd will, push him on, encourage him and everything like that. You don't do that at Ellen Road, man. If you're going to do it away from home, you got to do it at, like, I don't know, a Spurs stadium or a West Ham stadium where the atmosphere is dead, or the Etihad. You know what I'm saying? There. You don't chuck him in at Ellen Road. Dyche is so stupid. He really is. So what I'm saying about Abbott, he's just a proxy for Dyche. That's all it is. Exactly, sure. You don't play a 19-year-old in a crunch game. It's just absolute stupidity. Zero. He had his first start at Wembley against Man City. Yeah, how did that go, Laurie? We lost that. You guys give him a 2.9. Let's move on to the midfield. Who was in the midfield? Dominguez I like a lot, but he was struggling defensively for me in the first half. I don't know why he's gone and bleached his hair, man. Maybe he's lost his powers, like when Felipe cut his hair. I thought that was one of his poorest games of the season. I really do. And he wasn't able to stem the flow of their attack down that right-hand side. As in our right-hand side, their left-hand side. What I will say is he had a very good shot. He was unlucky not to score with it. At least he attempted a shot. But outside of that, I can't give him much more. I mean, I'll give him 1 for the shot. Just a little sympathy 1. That's all I can offer him. You guys have got a 3.5. 3.5. Big up, Joe. Joe, please don't video call me when I'm live. It'll crash my camera, you bastard, man. Good games. No. Like, Joe, couldn't you have got to 4-0 and got this prick sacked? Like, seriously. Why not just say they're all pony? Because they weren't. There was 3 that were okay, but too little, too late. Anyway, let's move on to some more clowns. And Sangare. Sangare was shocking tonight. Where the hell is the idiot? There he is. He was appalling. Big up Jace with the £2. He says Dyche outplay players in their proper positions. I would take another manager playing them all in incorrect positions as long as Dyche wasn't there. Sangare wasn't good, Simon. He wasn't good. He wasn't good. The only thing he was good at was maybe shooting. The rest of it, not great for me. Yeah, and Sangare, look, Sangare and Anderson, they haven't lost the game together for a while, have they? In that pairing. I think that they made each other play worse today because Anderson was horrific. Okay, he had a good shot at the end. Okay, fine. But it was straight at the keeper. Like, put it in the freaking corners, man. Balance is all wrong with Dominguez and Abbott both down the right-hand side. Agreed, Isaac. No threat on that side needed to start nets. Agreed. With Ola attacking down the right. And by the way, man, big up to Joe. All right, Joe's going through a lot of crap. I love him. I do hate him tonight because I don't think he got Dyche sacked. I don't really care that Leeds won. Joe, you just didn't do your job, bro. I need, you know what, Joe, man? Like, can you check on this rehab thing? Because I need to know if the place you go in, bro, has a rehab section for people that have suffered with Dyche-itis. Could you please, if you're my boy, Joe, could you please look into that and just see if they will take me on? My condition is Dyche-itis and I need to be cured. Make sure you subscribe to Joe. I blame the fans, to be honest, not Dyche. Why? Anyway, Sangare, rubbish. His shot, I'll give him half a point for. There, half a point. Which I'm going to round down anyway to a 0. You guys gave him a 4.5. Jace, for real, I've got Dyche-itis, man. I've got Dyche-itis. Anyway, Anderson, one of his worst games of the season so far. There was like, you know what, with Anderson for the first 10 minutes, that little 10-minute period we had after the first 15 minutes, Anderson made some nice touches and crap, but his corners were so bad. It was so loopy and so overhit. And again, I blame Dyche for it. Because you know what? Hit one bad corner, fine. Hit two, you start to question. Third and fourth, what are you doing, you idiot Dyche? And someone explained to me, like, the one thing Dyche could do at Everton was set them up attackingly and defensively for corners. What the hell is this idiot doing when it comes to setting up corners? And when I'm saying idiot, I'm talking about Dyche. Like, what? What is he doing? Big up Sai for the £2. He goes, work hard all week for Forest to give us that. Well, Dyche to give us that, bro. Dyche to give us that. Thank you for the £2, Sai. Much love, bro. Much love. I'm just annoyed. I'll give Anderson a 0 as well. You lot are giving him a 4. I don't know how you lot are scoring him so high, man. Look, I have no beef with Leeds, okay? But we were not playing, and I say this respectfully, we were not playing Real Madrid tonight. We were not. If Forest could finish, we could have been 2-0 up after about, 20 minutes or whatever it was. If you look at the first 15 minutes of the game, the way Forest set up was beyond criminal. It was literally beyond criminal. It was a low block in the low block and then punt the ball long forward. Now, that period where Leeds did score the goal, as much as I got annoyed the goal went in, at least the setup was higher up the pitch and Forest were kind of closing down avenues and everything to for Leeds to attack from. And in that period, we created chances. It's okay to concede goals, okay? As long as you are trying to attack and score them. That's the thing. Let's remember that when Dyche is sacked, he will get 2 years free pay. I don't care. Give him 4 years free pay. I don't care. Did I score? We scored Anderson, did we do Anderson's score? Yeah, you get like gave him a 4 or something, didn't you? Anyway, let's move on to Gibbs White. Guys, please do hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed as well. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really notice Gibbs White apart from when he played wide right. And I thought he looked okay wide right. He put a horrific crossing, didn't he? Didn't he? He had that shot that got deflected. Did he do anything else? Did he do anything else? This is what annoyed me. It looked like for about 10 minutes we were setting up in a 4-3-3. Gibbs White went out to the right. Dominguez dropped into the middle. And then it just stopped. It just stopped. Big up Diego. He goes, Dyche hates Hutchinson and McAtee. Dyche hates football. That's what he hates, bro. Thank you for the €2. I don't know what Gibbs White did. You know what? I'm gonna say, like, I don't think he was bad and I don't think he was good. I think he was anonymous. I'll give him a 1. I'll give him a 1. He was just anonymous for me. You know what he reminded me of a bit? Freuler. Bit of Freulerness in him today. Just ghost. Anyway, what did you guys give him? 3.6. 3.6. How we doing on the likes, chat? There's over 1,000 in here. Please do hit that like button. And you don't remember Freuler, huh? It's a ghost of a memory. He's playing really well these days, though. Anyway, that was Gibbs White. Let's talk about this guy. This guy is fully pissing me off. This guy is seriously going up my agenda list like you can't believe. I need someone to tell me, what does Callum Hudson-Odoi do unless we are playing Wrexham? There was a build-up in the first half where Forest countered and he just has to shoot. He didn't need to shoot there. He's got no pace. He always slows the play down. Slowed it down again today. And is always trying to cut back on his right foot. I don't know what he does. I thought he was injured with some broken shoulder or some arm crap or whatever, man. Like, why is he playing again at the expense of Hutchinson, for example? I don't know. And then I see Forrester doing some freaking Britain's Got Talent show with him and Ola Aina. I haven't watched it because I think it would just annoy me more. We're in the position we're in and you're there trying to do freaking PR crap, man. Focus on the training pitch. That's what they should be doing. No, I haven't seen it. Maybe it's the best PR thing that's ever been done. I don't know. But seriously, he is now making... Remember when we got him and everyone's like, oh, wow, 2.5 million going up to 3 million. Bargain. I'm now looking at that 3 million and saying that looks expensive. I don't know if we'd get 1 million for him. Spurs wanted him for 35 million 2 years ago. We should have sold, man. We should have sold. I actually think he's crap. I think he's crap. Well, at least tonight's performance was. I think he's a player that has a little burst of good games or moments in a game, and suddenly we get warm, fuzzy feelings in there. Okay, I'm guilty of it. He mishit that cross against Spurs and it went in. I got a warm, fuzzy feeling. I liked it. But since that Spurs game, and I'm not counting Wrexham. You lot might, whatever. What does he do? What has he done? What has he done? I can't think of any even moments in the league since then. He has one good season syndrome. He thinks he's all that. I think he's a confidence player. And he's lacking in... The thing is, I don't even... Let me retract that. I actually think he can't be asked. I think he can't be asked. We've got new players and Dyche won't play them. Yeah, go ask the Everton fans. You know that player they got in Dyche? Dyche didn't want to play him. O'Brien? Dyche didn't want to play him. He then chucked him at right back. Like, this is the manager we've got. This is the manager we got. I'm giving him a 0. And I don't want to see him play next game. You lot give him 2.6. I don't know how you get some of your numbers. I really don't. Oh, my neck. Who's next? Jesus. I'm just gonna say it, man. Just play Jesus in the Europa League now. Just play Jesus in the Europa League. He should have scored that header. If that was in the Europa League, he probably scores it. I just feel like there's this voodoo thing surrounding him with goals in the Premier League. I think I said it on stream. After 10 minutes, Luke has already scored half the amount of goals that Jesus has scored in the Premier League. I kind of think the Premier League does suit him, but the game style that Dyche provides, if you can even call it a style, doesn't suit him in the Premier League. I think the reason he plays well in Europe, in the Europa League, is because he's higher up the pitch. At the moment, I'd just play Luca. And I wasn't that impressed by Luca. You lot are going to be like, oh my God, he scored on his debut. Blah, 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 blah. Luca is going to put me in my grave early because Luca enables Dyche ball. That's the thing. I feel sick just saying that. Anyway, Igor Jesus for me, a couple of moments here and there in the game. That header, I think he probably needs to put that away. You could argue Luca probably does put that away. But yeah, welcome to Dyche ball. We're going full Dyche ball mode come Wolves next week. Is Wolves midweek or is it next week? Anyway, so I'll give him a 1 out of 10. You guys give him a 3.47. Okay, let's move on to the freaking subs, man. So Luca came on. Did you like have Luca in the player ratings? I'm assuming you did, yeah. Luca, whoa, what have I pressed? I would say it took him about 10 minutes to get into the game. And then I thought he was all right. Now, I'm not going to go overboard and be like, oh my God, man, this is Chris Wood reincarnated and all this shit and that shit, right? Because Leeds were 3-0 up at the time. Leeds aren't playing with the intensity or anything like that. However, Hutchinson's cross was an absolute peach and the header was excellent. Okay. If you are going to play this piece of shit Dyche ball, then at least use the right players for it. You need a Hutchinson on the wing who can cross, and you need a lamppost in the middle who can head it in. But what will happen with that? We will see this against Wolves. I expect them both to start, but then it becomes too predictable. And Dyche won't know how to counter the predictability. So Forest could win the next couple of games or pick up good points from the next couple of games. And then people will suss it out. Oh, look, they put a lamppost up front. They're going to cross it. That's it. So I'll give him a good 6 out of 10. And see what you guys did. 6.6 out of 10. Okay. Hutchinson for me did actually impact the game, and I got really annoyed by his performance because I'm looking at it there and I want to know what has he done to not be starting games. Forget subs, forget his crappy sub stuff, right? What minute did he come on? He came on in the 54th minute. Why is he not starting ahead of Callum Hudson-Odoi? Why? I can't fathom it. I can't remember the last time Hutchinson started a game or was even a sub. I'm sure someone in the chat will remember. I just like a player who wants to drive with the ball, who actually looks up before he makes his decision. What he does, he looks up, and if there's bodies in the box, he will cross the ball. Now, there was a couple of bad crosses from him today, especially after I bigged up his crossing. He then put a stinker in, so that one was on me. But he actually has the foresight to make a decision. Okay, there's not enough bodies in the ball. Let me try and hold it up a little more, work it out, go for 1-2s, whatever. And the cross was a peach for the goal. If that idiot Dyche had started Hutchinson, had gone with Luca up front, and had played, I don't know, McAtee, and gone 4-3-3, this is a different outcome. It really is. And Dyche had sacked himself. But yeah, it was a good cross. Would rather bad crosses than no crosses. Bro, I refer you back to the Everton game. So I'm going to give him an actual 7. I thought his impact was extremely meaningful on the game. You guys have gone a 5.4 for him. How much trouble are Forest in? Forest are in utter disarray whilst Sean Dyche is there. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, and Edu is there. They can both fuck off. Anyway, that was him. Then Ryan Yates came on. His highlight was kicking one of the Leeds players in the chest. And his highlight was heading the ball behind. Where is this idiot? There. And he also flicked the ball on behind for a goal kick. So that's a great contribution by Ryan Yates. Outside of that, what did he do? What did he do? What does he do? Oh, he did another Berber spin. To no avail, of course, but he did a Berber spin. So, yeah, he can have a 0 as well. He can go fuck himself. You guys have gone 3.78. Wow, that's quite high. And then Dan, oh my god, Dan and Doy played, chat. This guy is so bad, man. He's so bad. I may take the 5th on Dan and Doy. I plead the 5th Amendment on Dan and Doy. Why did he beef up at the end? That I don't understand. Yeah, he did have one decent cross. I'll give him that. But what was he beefing up for? Did he say, "Oh, I saw Adama Traore and Pedro going. I'm gonna do my Adama Traore impression. Better than Callum Hudson-Odoi." I think that's the debate. I think that would make one hell of a stream to have that debate. But I would change it around. Who is shitter? I think he's a really nice guy. I like his attitude. I like his persona. I remember back to when he signed and he was kind of soaking in the whole Forest thing, you know what I'm saying? And he looks like eager. I kind of endeared to him quickly. But boy, is he crap. He's another one that, who was it? Was it Napoli or Inter? I can't remember which club. They wanted him in the transfer window. Why wouldn't you have sold him, man? You ain't getting your money back from him. They ain't gonna come back drunk again in the summer asking for him. So look, I'll give him a 1 for one good cross. There you go. You guys got a 3.3. Big up to Jamie. He says, could anyone other than Morato have played? Yes, you, me, Jair Cunha. It was Napoli, wasn't it, Sire? Thank you. Play with 10 men. Like, there's 5 different solutions there for you. I agree, Wolfie. He's nice, but crap. Yeah, he comes across really nice guy and enthusiastic. Simon's cat. Yeah, I agree. But thank you for the £2, bro. Appreciate it. And then finally, we got to see Nets. I really liked what I saw of Nets. I will chuck the caveat again that it was 3-0 or 3-1 whenever he came on. But in my defense, was he on the player ratings chat? Yeah, there is. In my defense, I said that he should have started. I saw alarm bells in Dyche's pre-match presser when he was talking about him. I don't think Dyche has ever heard of him. I don't think Dyche knew who he was until he turned up. And why do I say that? Because Dyche was talking about him like he was a future prospect for the club. Because and I paraphrase what he said. He was like, oh, yeah, he's one for the future. And then he kind of just added back in there, but we might use him. And like, okay, so let's just break that down. Okay. Now you all know I can't stand 35. Thank God he's gone to Ajax in Zinchenko. But if you want to class Zinchenko as an experienced left back, maybe some people do, not me. Then if you as the manager are looking at this guy and thinking he's just like a future talent star, you know, I think Dyche plays FIFA and there's the future talent stars promo going on the FFS right now. And he must have thought that this guy was a special card on there. That's all I can understand from that. What he needs to understand is that this guy's played over 100 games in the Bundesliga. Now, I'm not saying he is the next Maldini or anything like that, but just logically going to Leeds in that atmosphere, would you entrust someone who's got over 100 games in one of Europe's top divisions or a youth player who hasn't played many minutes of first team football? He's still playing 2005. So that's my point on it. So Dyche is clueless. He probably doesn't even know his name. He probably didn't even know what position he played. I liked what I saw of him though. I told you guys when kind of the link happened that he's a good crosser of the ball and he can take dead balls as well in terms of corners. I think he was a solid 6.5 for me. He should have started. You guys have gone a 5.7 for him. Okay, and that brings us on to the ginger prick. By the way, no offense to any gingers. It just rolls off the tongue nicely with this ass wipe right here. Everything tonight starts and finishes with the blame on Dyche. The team selection, Dyche. The no changes at halftime, Dyche. Playing Morato, Dyche. Starting Zach Abbott and not back of the nets, Dyche. Not starting Luca, Dyche. What else? Hutchinson not playing, Dyche. Long ball, Dyche. Everything. It's like, you know how that thing with Kevin Bacon, you're only 6th, whatever it is, away from Kevin Bacon. You're like 1 away with Dyche. Everything you can find fault with in the players, in the tactics tonight, I can find you a reason why it's Dyche's fault. And in turn, it's Edu's fault and Sirianos for hiring him, and it's Marinakis' fault for enabling it. So I hope he gets sacked tonight. I hoped he got sacked yesterday. I hoped he never got appointed in the first place. He needs to do one. I'm giving him a 0. I'm going to bring your scores up pretty simultaneously as well because I can't stand looking at this idiot. You guys have gone a 1.3. Don't hide behind innuendos. Say you mean. I'm not hiding behind nothing, man. Anyway. Get this prick off my screen. Man of the match for me is like, I don't even think we need to do a rating, chat. Honestly, it's between Hutchinson, Luca, and Nets. That's it. Oh, in fact, let's do a rating. Let's do it. While I'm putting the rating up, please make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed as well. I haven't even had my dinner yet. I am starving. We're only on 270 likes, by the way. What the hell's going on there? So let's go with Luca. What was the other one? Hutch. And I can't give you 4 names. I'm really sorry, but I can't. There's just not 4 names there. Get your votes in. While you're doing your vote, you can hit the like button there as well. And it may just have to be a sandwich, man. It's been a long freaking week. It's been a long week. Edu hired Dyche so he wouldn't take all the blame. Yeah, I know. I'll roll it up the ladder. I don't care if you want to roll the ladder all the way up to Marinakis. Whoever was involved in the appointment of Dyche is absolutely clueless. Whatever good they've done before it is all got undone when they hired Dyche. Anyway, can we have a poll choice now? I should have put the fourth choice as no man in the match. Yeah, I hear it. Okay, so I'll give you a couple more seconds to do that. Look, can we just at least get to 300 likes? That would be much appreciated. And can I say a massive thank you as well? We hit 36,000 subscribers tonight. You guys are amazing. I'm sorry I ranted. I tried to be calm throughout the game and everything, but bloody hell, man, there's only so much one person can take. So much love to you guys. Thank you for 36,000. I didn't even expect 36 subscribers when we started this channel all that time ago. So appreciate it. And it ain't congratulations to me, Andy, but I do appreciate it. Congratulations to us as a community because I love you guys. I love you girls. Man of the match was the corner flag. I just want to see that corner flag tonight. Show me the corner flag. Show me that corner flag. Show me that corner flag. All right, your man of the match with 49% of the vote has gone to Luca. Luca indeed. Okay, so there'll be a post-match video out tomorrow. There will be a Grumpy Old Reds, I think, tomorrow, maybe slightly early to evening, because then I am out Sunday and Saturday night. And I don't want to see or hear the name Dyche ever again. Ever again. So thank you guys so much for watching. Is there anyone live? Should we go send you to someone while I go get some dinner? Who should we go watch? Is anyone live? Hussam's live. Let's send you over to Hussam. Just put in FFTV raid in the chat. Love you guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you on tomorrow's video. Come on, you Reds.